It's about that time. What's up? Hello. Welcome to the Zodiac Chatline. It is Sunday, June 19th, Juneteenth, 2022. I am your host today, and as always, I have Cassie with me. Girl,
Hey,
happy anniversary, boo.
happy anniversary. Whoop, whoop. We made it 6 months, you guys. Thank you for being here with us.
Woo! We will touch on that later on, but we just want you to know this is going to be our summer solstice, Juneteenth anniversary extravaganza. We are so excited to have everybody here with us. So we're going to start right at the top, where the planets are, what they're doing, how they living. We are in the final stretch of this Gemini season.
Which has been spicy, you guys. I can't speak for anyone but myself, but it has been spicy. It's been spicy over at my house. How about for you? And fun. Fun too.
Yeah.
Spicy's not like bad,
No.
It's
you know me. It's been spicy and sweet, and
right.
We just move forward. But we have the Sun and Mercury currently in Gemini, so Mercury's really happy in Gemini. That's where it lives. And we are closing out this spring, moving into summer season, but we have the Moon and Neptune. Cassie cannot wait, y'all, and I cannot wait for her. The Moon and Neptune are in Pisces, so that's a very dreamy energy. Interestingly enough, the Moon does represent Pisces in the tarot.
Okay.
So I find that, very hidden, just don't get lost in hidden illusions, I guess. That would be like a really easy. And then we have Venus, Uranus, and the North Node chilling out in Taurus energy right there. But while it was comfortable for a little minute in Venus, in Taurus, Venus is now going to move into Gemini, where we can have fun, flirty energy on Wednesday. Curious.
Right after the Sun moves into Cancer. We'll talk about that.
And then we have Mars and Jupiter in Aries. Mars, of course, comfortable there, happy, loves to take action and move forward. And then we have our lovely two planets that decided to retrograde. We have Saturn, lovely, retrograding in Aquarius until sometime in the fall, I believe. You said
October,
like
I think 22nd. Yeah, right before the election.
Right, and then Pluto is still retrograde in Capricorn, again, all the way through the fall, right up until...
after the election.
Right. So, continue to transform and fight the fucking system, man.
Yeah. It feels like very kind of like the interplanet energy is sort of fun right now, and then the outer planet energy is giving the world might be collapsing. And I don't know about anyone else, but I've been having a real struggle between feeling like I'm happy in my personal life and also feeling like I'm hopeless when I look at the world. It led me to some, honestly, I had, retail therapy this week. I was that, and I'm not that chick to spend money for no reason, but I was like, I need something nice.
Comfort. Some comfort. What can I buy?
Yeah.
Oh, girl. Yes. I did the same thing, girl. I left it in my Amazon cart for a couple days. I was like, all right, boom, here you go, Jeff Bezos. Whatever.
Yeah.
I feel you on that, especially. We'll get more into that later. But I definitely feel like, personally, I'm like, oh, this is good. And then you, open the door to the world and you're like, oh. I don't think I took the right pill.
Yeah.
But we have an amazing event coming up. It is to bring in all of Cassie's lovely Cancer energy, because we were moving really fast in Gemini season, but we are hitting what, Cassie? Tell us about it.
The summer solstice and
Oh,
Cancer season, you
oh.
guys. Tuesday is the 21st, and it is the summer solstice, aka the longest day of the year. And the further north you are, the more daylight hours you get. But like cultures that have celebrated the summer solstice often burn bonfires and wear flower crowns, and it is a celebration of how luscious and ripe and beautiful and how much light there is in the world right now. And it's a chance to bring that in and also repel anything icky, ugly that you don't want around, and release anything icky, ugly that you don't want to have around. It's sort of a new moon. You know, it has that same kind of vibe.
But it's a new sun. It's like,
yeah.
that's what, and that's what a lot of what I like researched and read was like, a lot of it was celebrating the sun's energy. And especially having it be one of the longest days where we get the most sunlight. It is amazing to take in all of that energy and let the sun feed you. I mean, like you said, with everything else, like, let's let this light shine, let the light in, let it just like, you know me, like, dark skin or not, girl, put me in the sun, let me go. We love me. Get a little tan already.
I love it. It doesn't necessarily love me, but I'll slather on whatever chemical I need to make it work.
I know, that's right. I was telling Cassie and Coral earlier that this summer solstice reminds me of the song Summer Lovin' from Greece. That type of energy, just like, you know, it's fun, flirty, but don't take it too seriously. Because your feelings might get hurt.
So, agreed, Rachel, please let the corporations get that summer solstice off.
I know.
Come on, you guys.
Right now, you're getting less than 6 hours of darkness. Wow. Yes.
Oregon,
okay.
I didn't realize was that far north. That's so interesting.
Yeah.
See, maps are weird. We're going so far off the path, but this is a wild show, you guys. You're here for a ride. But I think about this a lot, actually, because we have maps in the kids' playroom and stuff. And Africa's getting scammed as far as how much land mass Africa actually takes up. And the way they position it on a map, you kind of have to flatten it out and make it smaller, right? But, like, I also feel like you don't get a good grasp of what tips of, like, the countries are where exactly. And it makes me wonder about the United States. Like, is it more tilted so that Oregon's up in the corner? You know what I mean? Like, I just blows my mind, man. We're on a rock in space and everyone is down here fighting about some bullshit. Isn't it crazy sometimes?
Girl, yes. When you put it like that, it's fucking insane. That's exactly what it is. But that's why we have a number one witchy tip for you and everybody. You ready? It's really simple. And I am quoting our third Coral because this is exactly her quote. And so this is who we are giving credit to for this. And the witchy tip is, the world is on fire. Water your shit.
Yep,
okay?
yep.
Water your shit. Whatever that means to you, whether that means cleanse yourself, whether that means emotionally let some shit go, cry, because it's Cancer season, so some tears gonna happen. Let it happen. They are cleansing. Water your plants, water your spirit, water your mind. It's probably a good time to detox and get away from the Gemini technology, the chatty. It's time to go put your foot in some body of water. Go take a bath, like, water your shit. Hydrate.
Always.
Hydrate. So that's our fun solstice witchy tip. Also, if you want to do anything fun, activities suggested are picnics, gardening, watching the sunrise yoga. So continuing the theme of the sun, and
I'm
worshiping the
absolutely
sun.
never going to do that, but that is a lovely idea for people who get up at the time of
I do.
sunrise.
Okay, this is mildly off topic and I forgot to bring it up, but I do kind of want to get up a little early, maybe one day, because I think on the 24th, you can see all five planets, I think, on the
Oh,
horizon
yeah. Yeah.
just before sunrise. So I do want to really try.
Hmm.
I may do it on the summer solstice, wake up early enough to see it. We'll see what happens tomorrow night. Um, and then if you want to do any spell work, if anybody's into that, we support it because we are. Um, Protection spells, success magic, abundance spells, personal growth spells, goals and intentions, love sachets or charms, relationship healing, dedication, and rededication. So it's a really just it feels like a very nourishing time. Of year. So guys, I encourage you to, for your summer solstice, get outside and be in the sun, even if it's for a little bit, but just
Hmm.
have the sun and your body interact just for some time.
Be near
It
a
does,
plant.
yes, it does wonders, and mentally too, for real,
Hmm.
for real. That,
Hmm.
like, they have those sunrise clocks to like help people
Mm.
with
Hmm. Seasonal
seasonal.
affective disorder. Yep.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Um, do you have anything else to say about the solstice before we give our little blessing?
I don't think so. Yeah, water your shit. Love on your plants, and I we'll talk more about Cancer season next episode. How about that? Because I
I
don't
think
have
that's
remarks prepared. But it is the summer solstice does kick off Cancer season. I guess
yes.
like manifestation. If you're into trying to have bebes, a good time of year to maybe work with the magic for fertility, because you're also going
Yeah.
to Cancer season, which rules the womb and the boobies.
Mm,
So all things mama are top
that's
of mind.
that. Nourish and nurture yourself.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I found this summer solstice blessing because I like wanted to kind of give y'all some energy. And this is by Stephanie Laird. Um, and here it is. It's the midsummer's evening, the shortest of the night, where our planet is blessed with the greatest of light. The sun at its power, sharing its wealth, with the earth glowing in abundance and health. The trees' leaves are green, the birds are in song. The days are warm as they are long. We honor the animals, the plants, and living things, the sun and the water, and for all the life that it brings. May you find well-being and may you find peace in the days after the solstice as the light does decrease. May the blessings of the solstice be yours, I pray, and the light warm your heart and soul every day.
I wish that for all of you
You
all
know,
the time.
you
Hmm.
know, you know. All right, Cassie, here we go. You ready? 'Cause-
I'm ready. I'm so
okay.
ready.
Okay, we're about to celebrate and talk about Juneteenth because I feel like it's relatively new for a lot of people. It did just become a national holiday last year. Um, Cassie, you want to start on your thoughts?
No, I don't.
Okay,
I
okay,
think
go ahead. Okay.
I will say that my first thought is let's listen to the Black people in our lives. So please, Janae, go ahead.
First of all, see y'all again. Y'all see why she the number one OG? There she go right there. Okay, so Juneteenth was began on June 19th in 1865. What had happened was, um, back in 1863, Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation and said that all slaves were free. Everybody, including the people in the Confederate. But it was a group of 250,000 slaves in Galveston, Texas. Yeah, we knew it was going to be Texas. And they didn't know that they were free. And so on that day, the Union troops came in and freed the rest of those slaves and let them know they were free. Um, so much to say about that. But I do want to first thank Miss Opal Lee She is currently 89. Opal Lee is the reason why we have Juneteenth as a national holiday. She pressured legislators into making it a national holiday. She walked 2.5 miles, started a 2.5 mile journey to represent the 2.5 years that those folks in Galveston, Texas were still in slavery and they did not know they were free. And so we thank you, Opal, for having this celebration. I would like to state that I am glad that Juneteenth is a holiday. I'm just a little disappointed that capitalism already took it over. But I don't know what else I expected. Juneteenth represents freedom. And so I kind of want to just give you guys just a little about like what that means for me and in my life, because freedom is represented differently for everyone. Everybody experiences freedom in their own way. And so freedom is a noun, and it is stated as the quality or state of being free. Growing up as an only child, I was not given a lot of freedom. My mom was very protective, and I'm very grateful for that. Trust me. But as I grew into myself and who I was, freedom is and has stayed vastly important to me. And it's something that I need to truly feel myself. But then there's this other side of freedom when I get outside my own inner bubble that exists. And it's my existence threatens other people's freedom for some reason. And
no, it does not.
But you know what I mean.
It threatens their ego. I'm sorry.
What she said. But there are still people in 2022 that believe that someone like me doesn't deserve freedom or rights, whether it be because I'm Black, because I'm gay, or because I'm a woman. Somebody always got something to say. I just don't understand. But they never have to experience. I have been very fortunate to not have experienced any fatal encounters due to any parts of who I am. But there are far too many names to mention that were not so fortunate. For those lives lost, we honor you on this day as well, and we ask that you just continue to rest in power. And one of the other things that when I was like looking up freedom, because when we decided to talk about Juneteenth on this day, I really wanted to, it's really about freedom, and I really wanted to delve into that because of what freedom means to people who argue that their rights are being trampled on or this, and just like what really freedom is. And I came across this lovely Libra, Miss Fannie Lou Hamer. Fannie, rest in peace, rest in power, love. Thank you so much for what you did. She was a civil rights leader in Mississippi. She led the charge to get Blacks to be able to vote in Mississippi in the 1960s. She went through far more than I could ever imagine to be able to survive and gone through, whether it be she suffered the hands of police brutality, attempts on her life, all of these things. But this woman stood her ground and encouraged Blacks to vote. And it's very interesting that we are in 2022 having the exact same conversation about Black people voting rights and the freedoms that come with that. And you think about in 1964, when she was having this, civil rights, Martin Luther King, how many Black people had to be tortured and suffer because that they wanted that freedom, because they had that freedom right to vote, and other people didn't want that. And so Fannie Lou, thank you, girl. And I found an amazing quote from her, and it says, "If I am truly free, who can tell me how much of my freedom I can have today?" And that struck a chord, because she's right. We look at all of the rights right now that are being trampled on, because that's what they're being. And it's like every day, who's going to tell me that my existence and my freedom can't be because of this, that, and everything else? And so I encourage everyone, because it is a national holiday, send some Black people some money, go patron a Black owned business, support a single Black mom. I mean, there are so many things to do on Juneteenth, and not just taking it off as a holiday. So I encourage all of the white folks, not the white people, the white folks, to go out there and support and continue to be active allies. And not just passively saying, well, I have black friends, so I'm cool with all these black people. Like, no. And side note, and I mean this with every ounce of my being, Walmart, fuck you and your ice cream, okay? We want to go get creamalicious, y'all. That's the type of ice cream, okay? Sorry. I had to say that. Okay. Okay, Cassie. I appreciate you letting me have that moment. Go ahead, girl.
Of course, please. I wish for you to have a lifetime of those moments, my
Thank
dear.
you, thank you.
And all I have to say is that all I wanted to bring to this discussion was the end bit of what you said, and it was there's a very good account that we follow on the Chatline, and I think I follow on my personal page too, called Divesting from Whiteness, and it had a suggestion for the melanin deficient among us who may have gotten Juneteenth off as a holiday or are, want to honor the sweet ass independence, however fucking painfully late it came for the folks who got it, and however sad it is to think that they ever had to be granted it. But and her suggestion was patronize Black-owned businesses, give to Black organizations and mutual aid to organizations. Talk to your kids about racism. Read. Like, myself personally, I reread Frederick Douglass's What to the Slave is the 4th of July, which was written 170 years ago this year. It was given as an address in 1852 in Connecticut. And the last paragraph of that essay, I don't have it in front of me, but it says, like, basically, if you stack up all the injustices in the world, South America, the old despots, all of them, you will find America is at the top of the list. And it's like he discusses how white Americans refuse to face that they ought not to celebrate freedom when look at what they're perpetrating every single day against other human beings. And so much of it was still, I mean, of course it's always going to be relevant because it's history, and go to the source material, read what the people wrote, like, but it's so relevant to what's happening now still, just the denial of white people to just face that this is a reality that happened. And like, it's not okay that it happened, but it happened. Right. So like, okay, so we know it did. Let's accept that. And then what can we do going forward? Well, you can give $20 to a Black mutual aid organization. I did today, free 99 fridge. Shout out, boom, an easy
boom,
pick
boom.
for y'all. There's plenty of good ones out there. You can give 5-star reviews to your favorite Black-owned products on Amazon and Target and wherever else you sell them. I also this weekend bought a new lip bar lipstick, a Black-owned brand from 2 women from Detroit who got rejected from Shark Tank. And
the lip bar.
The lip bar. The lip bar. Sorry, I think I said lip balm.
But yeah.
But I bought one of their lippies and I left it a 5-star review because it's fucking great, especially for the price point. I'm wearing Rihanna's Fenty lip gloss right now. I've left 5-star reviews for that everywhere I can. And read Black authors, follow Black creators who are talking about this stuff, confront the painful memories you have where you let racists say something in front of you and you didn't speak up, or when you appropriated something. Like, forgive yourself for not, doing the right thing in those moments, and then vow to do better and find ways to do better and be better. And their Divesting from Whiteness had a good stat that was, I believe, $470 billion a year is given charitably. And so if everyone just diverted 1% of their charitable giving to a Black cause, like, then we are essentially doing peer-to-peer reparations, right? Like, and free 99 fridge, who you should just follow because it's a good follow also. And is it Letitia
Springer. Yep.
Springer, yeah, is just doing great work, and she writes wonderful captions to a lot of her posts. But she made a post about why she's not a 501c3, and it's like, you know what, 501c3s rely on the government for funding, and at the end of the day, the government is not interested in fixing this problem. They rely on this problem to exist. So she's using capitalism as best as she needs to like make this work in a way that creates, you know, mutual aid. And it's just, there's a lot of great people doing a lot of great work out there, and there's a lot of opportunities for white people to make easy choices with their pocketbook that help support this. And there's a lot of ways we need to make harder choices about the conversations we have with other white people, but you can do it if you try.
And especially parents and grandparents, because that is the generation that's kind of hardwired to be segregated.
Yeah.
That's what their parents do. That's where, like, that's kind of where it stemmed from. And so, you know, you and I've had this conversation before that we're kind of the generation that went to school integrated, and it was a regular thing. Like, it wasn't strange that we were integrated. You know, our parents were forced into integration, and we were just like, oh, that's my white friend over there. You know, like, that's just what it is. And white parents, I encourage you to have very honest and frank conversations with your children, because they only learn what you teach them. They only understand how you explain it to them. And that goes not only for race, but that goes for gender or anything. You can tell a child very simply, this is what this is. You don't have to go in detail. And if you have guilt about it, that's on you, but that doesn't mean that your child shouldn't just hear what it is. And it doesn't take a lot to explain to a child. Because a child, even though we all like to say, like, I'm not aware of race, or that everybody is aware of race. We should be. I want you to be. I want you to acknowledge that I'm Black, because that is who I am. That is me. I acknowledge that you are white, but I don't need to, that doesn't qualify why we are connecting. But that is something that's real. And we live in a society that thinks that racism is something we should never talk about. But it can't be when our entire country was built on it. And so, as Cassie said, today, freedom, tomorrow, support Black people. If you support Black Lives Matter, then you also support the living Black lives, the lives that are continuously affected every day. And I know most of you are on social media enough, because in some ways, thank goodness for social media, because we see a lot more. But there was 2 incidences this weekend. I'm not going to go into detail, but a 16-year-old child had a rock thrown in his window, and a woman, was threatened. So and it was, again, white people doing it to Black people. And it's just like, why do you care? Why do you care? Grow up, move on. There are very successful Black people that will exist in your rich neighborhoods. Remember that. Black women are the most educated demographic at all
in this country. Yeah.
Period. So they're gonna live in your neighborhood. You can't segregate. If you want to segregate, that's cool, but it's not gonna happen. It's not. They're gonna continue. Black people. The best part about right now is Black people are continuing to be successful in spite of everything that white people have tried to push against Black people and prevent them from being successful. So, bloop on that. Go get your donations. One more shout out to Free 99 Fridge. We love you. Woo,
all day, every day.
And thank y'all for listening. We're going to move on to something else.
Astrology related.
Boom, boom, boom. So this time, white privilege equals an opportunity to influence and do the right. See, we stand a good old _ Belvis. He is what most people are like, but that man right there, that white man right there, we stand that white man. Thank you.
It's true.
Thank you, sir.
You're the one.
You're the one. Yeah. Y'all, follow his lead. Thank you.
Yes.
So we decided to do the signs this time. We're gonna have a little signs as summertime items. So we are excited. Cassie and I do not know what the other person has picked, so we're both equally excited to see this. I'm going to do air and fire, and Cassie, of course, is going to do water and earth because it is summertime and I conceded to Cancer season.
That's right.
So
yep.
I
crab clawed it up.
I will kick it off with Aries, and I have firecrackers. Self-explanatory.
Yes.
Just
quick. Flash. Boom.
Boom. Boom.
They're
exactly.
here,
The boom part. And then the boom part. Destruction.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Love it.
And then the fizzle out.
Taurus, a floating chaise longue.
Yes.
You can get $1 million version. You can get a $10 version. But a Taurus is going to be partially up, floating with a chance to have their drink in the drink holder in the pool.
I love it.
Luxury.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Gemini, I have flip-flops. So this is, I'm going to say why I picked, I was going to say about self-explanatory, but I picked flip-flops because sometimes they're necessary, but sometimes they're annoying when you hear them click, 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 click. You can't really walk on them in the sand all the time. But they are helpful when you're going to get your toes done. So, you know, multi-uses sometimes. That's why I picked Gemini for flip-flops.
And they're diverse. You know, you can wear them outside. You need to just run outside real quick. You know, you could potentially wear them out. You know, that I have cute flip-flops that I could wear with an outfit, right? Like,
oh my God. I have
you
the best
always
flip-flops.
bring them with you to a party when you're wearing uncomfortable shoes so that you can change into them later. Like, boom.
This mutable, transitional,
yes.
changeable.
So for Cancer, I picked an above ground pool. Just
the whole thing.
It's not dangerous like an in-ground pool. Yes.
I know, right?
Flip-flops can give you blisters and be loud as shit. It's true. It's not dangerous like an in-ground pool, but it is a way to just have the beach in your backyard. And no matter where you are, you can have one. You could have a kiddie pool. You could have an inflatable one, like I had that one year at my birthday party when things went bad. There's so many different varieties, and Cancers love to be at home. They love to be in the water. I am all day here for an above ground pool. I don't care.
I love it. So for Leo, I picked a beach chair because I can, but like very similar to Taurus, like a very loungy beach chair. Like I can just see, you know, like laying out like the whole umbrella, the whole setup like around, but just, you know, but it's a lounge chair. It's not one of those sit up. It's got to be comfortable. It has like, you know, 2 places for drinks, and there's like a fan and like, you know, all of the things. But just to be able to like absorb and bask in the sun. So that's
absolutely. They can turn it so that they can get all of the sun's light at any time. It always looks great in a photo. Yes. 100%. 100%. Virgo, sunscreen. Not fun, but you need
practical.
You need it. Okay. And somebody's got to take care of these details, and that person is Virgo. Without sunscreen, we have no summer fun, you know? Like, well, especially the non-melanated among us, right? Like, you're getting one bad burn. You are inside. You are wearing zinc oxide and a hat for the rest of the summer. Not with your Virgo pal. They've got that SPF 50 in the bag. Okay.
And they're the ones being like, here, open your hand, open your hand. Okay, so for Libra, I have some fancy sunglasses.
Ooh.
Because Libras are pretty cool, and most Libras like the fancy. Somebody gotta save your life. we appreciate it. As we
I don't
know.
know why they took away the feature where I can like a comment, but I can't figure out how to do it anymore. There's so many that I
You
want to
can't?
like. No. Every time I click, it's like unfollow. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. Anyway,
Boo.
sorry. Yeah.
Instagram, get it together. Because fancy sunglasses, like, you know, and honestly, whether you guys realize it or not, Libras throw some shade.
Oh.
So, but if Libra throws you shade, you done fucked up.
True. Yeah, you
Like,
deserve it.
but I can just see the fancy, like the Libra, like the glasses, the big, just dramatic,
Yes,
but
perfect
gorgeous.
accessory.
Yes, yes, Libra is
Yes.
a perfect accessory.
True. True. It's on their headstones most of the time. Scorpio, this might be a little Michigan reference here, so I don't know. A Scorpio, I picked a sandbar. Have you ever been in a lake and gone to the sandbar?
Where there's a bar in the.
There's it's not always above the lake. Sometimes it's just that the lake's a lot shallower there, so you can kind of like swim around in the middle of the lake, right?
That's perfect.
Yeah, because it's incredibly dangerous. You get off the side, would you take one step and you're in like 50 feet of water, you know what I mean? But it's also really appealing. It's very like sensual to think of being isolated in the middle of all of this water, right? Like, and kind of doing something dangerous. Scorpios are the put-in-bay of the zodiac.
Damn, Rachel.
That is the signs as we should have been doing famous Michigan bodies of water. But yeah, so I'm glad. All right. Well, you're a Michigander too, but you've been in the South a long time. So
yeah.
Sandbar.
All right. For Sagittarius, I picked bonfire. I really tried. I was like, oh, let me think of, but it was like, no, Sagittarius is a bonfire. Everybody loves to sit around the bonfire, marshmallows, beach bonfires, and they keep the party going, like dancing under the moonlight in a bonfire. Like I can always see the Sagittarius, that's the party. Like the bonfire creates the party. It keeps the heat, but it's contained within, has the sand around it, so it's nice. But yeah, I like that. We're gonna go with a bonfire.
It works too because, why would you bring more heat to the summertime? It's unexpected, yet it works.
Right.
Yet it works, and I've always found you have great conversations around a bonfire.
Oh my gosh, the deepest conversations usually.
Yes,
yeah. It
that's
opens
great.
up. Yeah.
That was one of the things I was reading about, like summer solstice celebrations. Most of them universally involve bonfires or bigger versions of that. So if you can have a bonfire on the summer solstice, find a nice Sagittarius. I'd let you borrow my husband, but I won't.
You ain't gonna let nobody borrow shit. Stop lying to the people. She ain't letting. She a crab. She a crab. Come back. Right. She cried. Look. The spirit knew she was lying. They was like, "No, you're not."
Don't tell her.
Over. Lies and deceit.
Oh my god, my tripod is just causing me grief. Okay. All right. So Capricorn brings us to, much like his friend Virgo, Capricorn's a practical summer item, a cooler.
Why is that the perfect one? Oh.
It's a cooler is a boundary. Okay, so Capricorn's item is a boundary made real, right? Like a cooler separates the cold interior of the place where your drinks are from the scorching heat of the earth. And again, just like your friend's sunscreen, your Virgo friend, not always top of mind, but you definitely need one. And every person needs a good Capricorn in their life.
Necessary but cumbersome.
Yes.
Rachel, you are giving me life for every single. Thank you, girl. Thank you for the commentary, because that is so right.
True. Yes.
And I love the word, the cumbersome Capricorn.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Unless you get it on wheels. That's the latest. But even dragging that across the sand is is a task.
That sounds, just your description was cumbersome. We're up to our friend Aquarius.
You know, girl.
What is he
Okay.
bringing to the party? What are they bringing to the party?
Right.
Aquarius is outside the gender binary.
Always. They are bringing a picnic basket.
Kind of similar to our pal Capricorn, but different vibe.
Oh, totally different vibe. Here's the thing about a picnic basket. Is yes, I'm gonna keep calling it that.
Picnic basket.
Because if you are able to get like let inside of an Aquarius, there's so many treasures and so much to find, and each one can be packed completely differently for whatever mood you're in. They are they're very helpful, resourceful, and they create a very nice, like, friendly atmosphere, and it's usually a very like chill vibe. But I like the picnic basket.
How dare you? How dare you revert
right? Because of all of the treasures that can be found inside, just like an Aquarius.
Amazing. That's perfect. All right. So Pisces, last but never least, in my heart anyway. The hammock.
Perfect.
You're instantly transported. The minute you lay in a hammock, you are just elsewhere on Earth, right? And
Love it.
It's so Pisces, who can instantly put their brain in someplace that is not real.
I love that. Hammocks are and hammocks are very like,
yeah,
you know,
they're cozy. I have one that's been helping me out this week in all the feelings. And it's also kind of frustrating because sometimes you lay out in nature and you're like, it didn't have to be like this. Like, for thousands of years, humans on the planet were just like wandering around fucking and eating. Like, we could have been real low key. I mean, it would have been weird to get used to eating raw meat or like meat cooked on a fire, but I'm sure I would have gotten there eventually. Anyway, but so these are the thoughts I have when I'm laying in my hammock, like watching the bats go by, right? You're like just so, yeah, you travel to a different timeline.
Literally every witch reference you could have made in the past. Like, I love it. Also, sounds like that hammock is going to get a lot more love coming up here soon, because you will be in your season and in your feelings. So we love it. We are here for it. I love those. Those are great. I think we're going to have to post those because those are really
For
good.
sure. Mm-hmm.
So we have questions, and I hope Music Lover 3889 is still on here, because Alex, he also sent me the question here in the chat. So Alex, we got your question. We are about to answer it. So I hope you are here right now. So I'm going to read it. And Alex at Music Lover 3889 asks, can weather changes combined with your sign affect your mood of the day? Cassie?
Yeah, so my answer to that would be yes. The things are not related. Like, I mean, okay, so not really. Like, of course, the signs follow, the same pattern every year. So, Capricorn season weather is always going to be Hillary Clinton, cold shit. December 21st to January 21st, right? And then Cancer season is always going to be steamy and warm and, just damp with tears. June 21st to July 21st. But I think certain signs are more likely to be affected by the weather than others. I would probably put it at the classic, like, feminine masculine dichotomy, because I think the earth and water signs are more likely to be affected by the weather because they're just moodier in general and see things that are not personal to them as somehow affecting their personal world. Whereas earth and fire signs are just their own self-contained little burning universe sun, so they're not giving a shit if it's raining any fucking way. And air signs see the purpose of every type of weather. They see the good and the bad of both. and they're not really that worried about it. So yeah, so like, you know, Alex is a Pisces. I would expect the water sign people, as always, to be the moodiest and be the most likely. If I, as a, you know, moody Cancer, wake up in a bad mood,
The whole
I
world
get
is in
one
a
piece
bed.
of bad news and it's raining, fucking forget about it. Like, everything is conspiring against me. I'm taking 2 of my Lexapros that day. Like, no, not really. But
Double up.
but thinking about it and like spending a lot of time on the dodo looking at animals because I have to do something to pop myself out of that mood.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I would say about that.
Okay. Okay. All right. So
You want
the
me to read the
next
next one?
yes.
Okay. Next one's an email question. Is the new moon for the month always in the same sun sign? Like the sign that's the same as the sun?
Yes. It show is. It surely is. That's how we know that that sign deserves its flowers. And that's how we know what type of energy we're looking to manifest. So we do have the Cancer new moon coming up next Tuesday on the 28th. And so that's going to be a very, as we probably talked about, we'll talk about next week, but you know, very nurturing. So in the month that it's in, and it's usually towards the end of that month. It's never necessary. It just depends.
Yeah, it changes
Yeah.
from year to year, and it's
Like this year, a
so
lot of the new moons are at the like later parts of the month.
right, like but the first month of the sign, right? Because since Cancer spans June to July, it's just the end of June, or the last like third of June, I should say. But the new moons have been coming like at the end of, so the Cancer new moon's at the end of June, the Taurus new moon was at the end of
April, yeah.
And but
The
it really
Gemini
depends
moon's
on
at
the
the end of
year.
May. That's
Right.
really, yeah.
Because I think it was last year where all the new moons were coming toward the end of the sign cycle, which to me is always like, I don't like that. I don't like when we hit the full moon of the opposite sign of the sun sign we're in, because before we get to the new moon, like to me, I feel like the new moon should be a springboard into that season, not like, oh, here we are to address and manifest everything that's, you know, already been going on with the sun. Because literally what's happening in the sky is that the moon is between the sun and the earth, right? That's why we can't see it in the sky. The new moon is, you know, when the sky is completely black. But that means that, you know, since the zodiac is divided up into a circle around us here on Earth, essentially, that the sun and the moon are in roughly the, you know, the same spot in the sky as far as the zodiac is concerned. They're just, you know, spread apart from each other. But yeah, so I've enjoyed this year with the new moons coming in the first third of the sun's transit, because I feel like it kind of helps us juice the most out of that season.
I totally. I mean, and it's like, it's enough to give us a good couple of weeks to really get into that season and feel it, and then kind of, you know, assess. And then, you know, okay, we're transitioning into the next season. But yeah, for sure. I think that's a very, that's a great question. Yeah, it's so all you have to think about, what month is this? Where are we at? Okay, this is what's coming up, you know?
Yeah.
And you can always Google it like
True.
we do.
But yeah, if you know what sun sign you're in and you see like, oh, it's a new moon and it's, you know, it's Gemini season, the new moon's in Gemini too.
Yeah. And if that's your sun sign, that new moon is like your special new moon. It is like good for you to manifest for the whole year because that's your sun sign.
I'm excited about the Cancer new moon because I'm a Cancer moon too. So like, what am I going to manifest? I don't even know.
I mean, girl, look at, we already know. Know. It's in the works. That's what it is. You're just nurturing it now and making sure that it comes to fruition.
That's real.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, it's time for the anniversary shout out. So way back on December 21st, 2021, Cassie and I decided to do a show, an Instagram live, and it lasted less than 18 minutes. months later, you are now a witness to our 47th episode. And so I really want to say that, and before I say that, our first episode was the winter solstice in Capricorn season. And so this is why this is our anniversary. Summer solstice, Cancer season, duh, right? So this project has been challenging, fun, therapeutic, and a lot of work, but I would not change any of it for anything in the world. We have tweaked and transformed this into something that I am truly proud of and so proud to be a part of. This cannot happen without Cassie or Coral. Or me, but Cassie or Coral. If it was not for the three of us and our magic working together and our elements moving in the right direction, this project would not be possible. So there is so much that happens behind the scenes that y'all don't know about, but at least you see this part that keeps our magic flowing. Thank you to everyone who has been here with us since day one, our amazing guests and the ones in the future to come. A special shout out to those who join us in the chat on the live because you keep us lit.
Yes.
We love you. We live for that and we are here for it. So thank you. That was my anniversary shout out.
Oh, I love it. I don't have anything. That was beautiful, Tanae. Thank you. That was so nice. And I also just want to thank everybody in the chat. Everybody in the chat tonight, everybody who's ever come through the chat, everyone who's ever watched a YouTube, a fucking TikTok.
Anything.
Send a like our way. Like, thank you so much. It's fun. And we are moving in a direction that I think is like even better. And we have exciting things on the horizon. And I think it's going to be really just good. So it's already really good. So
yes,
yes, thank you guys.
Thank y'all for all the encouragement.
And Tanae, thank you. Thank you. Because the show is not possible without you. Truly.
Thank you.
And
thank
Coral,
you.
Of course, thank you as well. The show is not possible without you. And it has been my honor to be the person who kind of forced us all to do this.
Cardinal energy coming in strong. We love it.
And I have been just blessed with it's been great. It's been so great. So thank you guys.
It's really so guys, we will share. We have cardinal water, fixed air, and mutable fire. And that is how we have made it work. So we all have our strengths. We don't have earth, but with my fixed energy,
I have a Taurus rising.
Yeah.
I channel a lot of
and I have
Taurus
a
energy.
Virgo North Node. So
we make it work.
Yeah, we definitely make it work. But we are just so grateful for these moments and this time. Gotta be Goldie. We gonna see you in a couple weeks, girl. I see you on here. We are so excited. So, guys, it's about that time. My favorite time. I mean, the whole thing's my favorite, but this is always my favorite. It is time for the tarot. But we're going to do an oracle card. And in honor of Juneteenth, y'all know what time it is. Black folks, African Goddess Rising Oracle by Abiola Abrams. You're so excited. We are too, girl. You'll be like,
this deck gives. It really does.
It's stunningly gorgeous for one, but just the messages and all of it. We love it. So let's see what we're gonna find out. I didn't like that. We're gonna keep going. Oh my God, y'all, I made a big old mess. I wish y'all could see, but you can't. That's fine. We're going to get it together. Y'all. I think I'm just going to pull a card because the shuffling is not working on camera. It's like, yes, girl. Got to be gold. You have to go back and listen. We had a whole thing earlier. So I want you to, when we post this, I want you to go back and listen to the show because I think you'll like what was said. All right, here we go. We're going to pull from the middle of the deck because why not?
Ooh.
Why is it liberation?
Yes.
Why are we talking about freedom and liberation? Okay, so this is from the Temple of Queens. We have Queen Mother Nanny.
Ooh.
Beautiful, gorgeous card. Um, and it is number 37, which reduces to 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune. Good luck.
Mm-hmm.
But this card, I'm just gonna hold this for you see a horn too. Girl, okay, girl. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Okay, I'm gonna hold this here
Uh,
and I'm gonna read it for you. Such a
this is
gorgeous
going to be a
card.
really good summer solstice poll too. I
Yes,
can feel
girl.
it.
Look at the sun in the back. Oh,
Yep.
girl. All right.
Mm-hmm.
This is Queen Mother Nanny, goddess of liberation from the Maroons and Jamaica. She is from the Temple of Queens and the element of fire. Queen Mother Nanny of the Maroons was a spiritual leader, military strategist, and revolutionary. This Ashanti healer was brought to Jamaica in chains and escaped to lead rebellions. Nanny helped free over 800 enslaved people.
Wow. This really came through. Okay. All right. All
Right,
right.
girl,
All right.
girl. They here today.
Yep.
Queen Mother Nanny's guidance. Break free. Your dreams hold the power and keys to your liberation. You are freedom herself. Rise up. The embodiment. You deserve to feel free. What do you imagine for yourself? Daring to manifest your dreams is a part of personal liberation. Find your own personal liberation codes in your soul's unspoken desires. Life is too short to live within someone else's story. Divine blessings and magic are on your side. Enjoying your freedom fully is the best gift to your ancestors. The goddess declaration is my dreams empower me.
Yeah.
Goldie, that's what we was
That's what,
saying.
yeah.
That's exactly what we're saying. Like, how does it come
Yeah.
through with the come? Just pulled.
Act 2 of the show was all about Juneteenth. So, yeah, that was perfect. That was perfect. You know, my word this year was freedom too. This has been a very big theme. I think
Mm.
globally, really, I mean, just think about people are rebelling all over against the 5-day work week. I mean, people are not here to spend their possibly the last days of the human race on earth if we keep cooking ourselves the way we are. Fucking, I don't know, shuffling around Amazon boxes for 45 hours a week or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? That's just, mm-hmm.
That was, I am just like, here
Yeah.
for it. And
Mm-hmm.
Gotta Be Goldie says, what's on the other side of fear, baby? Girl, nothing but success and blessings for me. That's all I see. So that that was so appropriate for today, for this moment. And as we said earlier, today and tomorrow, and just continue. I mean, yes, today and tomorrow we are celebrating Juneteenth, but you know, patronize your Black-owned businesses. Support give 5-star reviews, ratings, read, um, um, support single Black moms, support single Black dads. You know, if you got a Black friend and you want to Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, you know, I'm sure they would appreciate just a little. Here's a little reparations for you. I mean, you know, whatever. I'm just saying, it's given. I'm gonna leave the table and build my own girl. Preach and testament. Girl, I cannot wait till you are on the show. We are about to have
I
so
know.
much
It's going
fun.
to be fun. It's going to be
We're
really fun.
so much fun. Cassie, this was awesome.
Yes. Happy anniversary, baby.
Happy anniversary, baby. I'm so glad. As I said before, I could never do this without you. I won't want to. You either, Coral. Love you
Yes, we
both.
love you.
For all our guests, all our fans, all our followers, it's all love as always. What?
Peace.
Peace.